wonder what it's like to live in America's poorest region? A place where life moves at a different pace and the struggles are real? In today's video, I'm sharing my personal experience living alone in West Virginia, one of the most overlooked places in America. Stick with me because what I've learned here will shock you and might even change your perspective on life. West Virginia's been called America's forgotten state. The Appalachian region here has faced more than its fair share of hardship. With a history rooted in coal mining and struggles that many don't understand, it's easy to think that nothing ever changes here. But after living here for some time, I can tell you that what you see on the surface isn't the whole story. There's so much more to this place than just poverty, and that's exactly what I'm going to share today. Living alone in a place like this is an experience that's hard to describe. There are moments when it feels incredibly lonely, and in those quiet, isolated moments, you start to reflect on everything, your life, your choices, the path you've taken. But then, in the same breath, you get to experience something beautiful, true solitude. It's the kind of peace that's hard to find in bigger cities, where the noise and constant rush drown out the deeper layers of your mind. Here, it's just you in the mountains, the rustling of leaves, and the sounds of the wind. It's both soothing and humbling. You see, West Virginia thrives on community. The people here may seem reserved at first, but they have a strong bond with one another, built on generations of shared history. It's a place where neighbors help each other, where family traditions are deeply rooted, and where everyone knows everyone else's story. But as an outsider, you quickly realize that while people are friendly, trust isn't given freely. It takes time, sometimes more than you expect. As a newcomer, you have to prove yourself. You'll find that it's not just about fitting in, but about respecting the culture, the pace, and the values of a community that's seen both the highs and the lows. It's a place where true relationships are built on authenticity, and that takes time to cultivate. With every challenge, there's always something to learn. I can't tell you how many times I felt frustrated in the beginning, like the world was moving at a different pace than I was used to. From finding reliable internet that actually worked, to dealing with unpredictable weather, I encountered challenge after challenge. The pace of life here is slower, and that's something you have to adjust to. At first, everything felt a little harder. Fixing things around the house, managing day-to-day tasks without the conveniences I was used to. It all took longer than expected. Simple things like getting groceries or finding a repairman felt like huge tasks. I couldn't just pick up the phone and get the help I needed. But you know what? I learned how to rely on myself more than I ever have before. The thing about challenges is that they force you to dig deep to find the resilience you didn't know you had. And I saw that in the people here too. There's a quiet strength in West Virginia. People here don't have much, but they make do with what they have. They find a way to keep going, even when the going gets tough. It taught me how to be resourceful, how to live with less, and how to appreciate the little things. It's not easy, but this place has taught me more about resilience, patience, and self-sufficiency than any city ever could. What I've learned most here is that simplicity is powerful. The slower pace of life means I can truly focus on what matters, connecting with nature, developing personal relationships, and most importantly, spending time with myself. It's in these moments of quiet that you discover what makes you happy, what brings you peace. And sometimes it's just the simplicity of the world around you that makes it all worth it. So, you're thinking about moving to a place like West Virginia? It's definitely not for everyone. But if you're considering it, there are a few things I've learned that could make your transition a little smoother. First things first, embrace the slow pace. One thing you'll notice right away is that life here doesn't move as fast as what you're probably used to, especially if you come from a city, and that can be a huge shock at first. Don't expect things to happen quickly. You're not going to get instant responses or fast service. Things like grocery deliveries or even online orders may take longer. The pace of life here is much slower, but that's actually one of the hidden blessings of living in a place like this. Slower living means there's more time to soak in your surroundings. You'll get to appreciate nature in a way that's impossible in the hustle of city life. So, take your time. Walk outside, explore the hills, and just breathe. Learn to savor the quiet. Another big piece of advice: get involved with the community. West Virginians are some of the most down-to-earth, welcoming people you'll ever meet. But trust and respect here aren't given easily. People here value authenticity, so be real, be patient, and you'll earn their respect. It's all about relationships. A small town vibe means people know each other, and they like to build connections over time. If you're just visiting, that's one thing. But if you're planning to stay long-term, you really need to invest in the community. Join local events, get to know the people around you, and give it time. It's not about rushing, it's about forming genuine bonds. Next up, be prepared for nature. The weather here can be totally unpredictable, especially in the mountains. One moment it's sunny, the next there's snow or rain. So you really need to be prepared for anything. Pack a warm coat, Keep a pair of boots in your car and always check the weather before heading out. Nature here can be breathtaking, but it also demands respect. Be aware of how quickly things can change, whether it's a sudden drop in temperature or a flash flood, and always be prepared to deal with it. Another tip, learn to do things yourself. If you're planning to live here, you'll quickly realize that you can't always rely on others to fix things. Whether it's a broken fence, a leaky faucet, or a malfunctioning appliance, learning basic skills is a huge help. Cooking from scratch is also something you'll learn here, because let's face it, delivery isn't always an option. Plus, there's something incredibly satisfying about making a meal from ingredients you've bought locally or even grown yourself. Living here, especially if you're on your own, forces you to be self-sufficient. But honestly, it's such a rewarding experience. It gives you a sense of empowerment and independence that you can't find just anywhere. And finally, find peace in solitude. The isolation here isn't always a bad thing. In fact, it can be an incredible opportunity for personal growth. You can find peace in the solitude if you choose to. It gives you time to reflect, to learn more about yourself, and to focus on things you might not have had time for in the past. Embrace the quiet, use it as a chance to grow. Whether it's reading, writing, learning a new skill, or just taking a break from the constant noise of modern life, this solitude can be one of the most rewarding parts of living here. If you're ready for a slower, simpler, and more authentic life, West Virginia could be the perfect place for you. Just remember to take it one day at a time and be prepared to embrace everything that comes with it. This place teaches you to live fully in the moment, to appreciate the small things, and to find joy in the quiet. And that's a lesson we could all stand to learn. You might be thinking, what's it like to live alone in one of the poorest regions of America? Imagine facing isolation, resilience, and a slower pace of life all in one place. If you're wondering how to embrace this unique lifestyle, overcome the challenges, and find beauty in solitude, I've got you covered. Whether it's adjusting to the pace, connecting with the community, or preparing for unpredictable weather, I've put together an easy guide to help you navigate life in West Virginia with confidence and discover the rewards that come with it. Living in West Virginia isn't for everyone, but if you're willing to embrace the challenges, you'll uncover a hidden side of America, a place that's full of lessons, beauty, and peace if you know where to look. So, what do you think? Is West Virginia a place you could see yourself living in? Drop a comment below and let me know your thoughts. And if you found this video helpful, be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more real-life experiences. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.